I'm Nancy Milan, your Hillsborough County tax collector. I want to welcome you to our county, and I'm excited to help you take the first steps in becoming an official resident in our community. Identification cards and driver's licenses are important components in facilitating most of our day-to-day activities. If you are going to start a new job, rent an apartment, cash a check, open a bank account, or even fly in an airplane, driver's licenses and identification cards allow you to have an official government document to do most of your daily transactions. That's why we've created this video series that will serve as a guide on how to obtain your driver's license or identification card for people regardless of their classifications, whether it's residents, immigrants, or non-immigrants. As a reminder, this is a comprehensive guide. If you already know your immigration classification and category, you can skip some sections of this video to continue to the next steps. For your convenience, you can use this index as a reference to know when each section appears. Additionally, we have created two places where you can find all the forms and links mentioned in this video. You can access the links by viewing the description section of this video or by visiting the webpage that appears on the screen. I hope this video is useful to you, and I wish you the very best in this new stage in your life.
In this video, we will explain how to obtain an identification card for people classified as non-immigrants. People who have not yet adjusted their status to permanent resident are known as non-immigrants. The Department of Homeland Security defines it as foreign nationals temporarily admitted to the United States within the admission classes defined in Section 101, Subsection A, Subsection 15 of the Immigration and Nationality Act. Main requirements. You must complete the following requirements to obtain your identification card or driver's license. 1. Prove your identity and legal presence. 2. Present your Social Security number. Note: if your non-immigrant status does not authorize you to work, you will not be required to present your Social Security number. Later in the video, we will explain in more detail about what you have to present. 3. Show evidence of your residential address. Let's begin with the first step. Step 1. Prove your identity and legal presence. People who have immigrated to the United States must have a case established with the USCIS and must have an alien number, which is the identification number assigned to an alien by the USCIS. This step is important because the license and identification card systems communicate electronically with the USCIS, which determines if your credential can be issued at our offices for the indicated period of time. There are various categories inside the classification of non-immigrant. In this section, we will present each one so you know what documents to bring. Applicants in the non-immigrant category will receive their credential with the temporary status, and its validity is determined by the expiration date of the document presented, or 1 year. This also means that it is mandatory that you present your identification documents and USCIS documents at our offices every time you apply for a replacement or renewal until you have become a permanent resident or U.S. citizen. Notice of action receipts provided by the USCIS serves to notify if your case was approved. For purposes of applying for a driver's license or identification card, the date of receipt indicated in these letters cannot be more than 3 years old. And remember that you still have to bring your identification card, driver's license, or your birth or marriage certificate issued by the government of your home country. With that said, we are going to continue with the different categories within the classification of non-immigrants. Visitors, foreign businessmen, and athletes. If you are a visitor, foreign businessman, or athlete, you have to present the following documents: an unexpired foreign passport and a valid I-94 form with at least 60 days before the expiration date. You can find your I-94 form using the link in the description section of the video. Authorized for employment. If you are authorized for employment in the United States, you are required to present your unexpired employment authorization document. This is also known as an EAD card or I-766 card. Note: if the authorization for employment has expired, but the USCIS accepted your renewal application before the current authorization expired, please also submit letter I-797 showing your receipt of application I-765. Otherwise, you must wait to receive the new EAD card. Parole. If you are in parole, you have to present the following documents: unexpired foreign passport and I-94 form with parole stamp or I-94 with DT category. You can find your I-94 form using the link in the description section of the video. Temporary Protected Status, or TPS. If you are under Temporary Protected Status, you have to present the following documents: an unexpired foreign passport or a valid employment authorization document with categories A12 or C19. Note: if the authorization has expired, you must also present your current passport when you apply for the first time. And I-797 letter showing your receipt I-765, I-821, or your approved I-821 application. They are not necessary if you have the EAD card. Notice of hearing. If you are under a notice of hearing, you must present the following documents: an unexpired foreign passport and a letter from an immigration court, also known as a notice of hearing, which schedules a hearing on a pending proceeding. Pending political asylum. If you are in a pending political asylum process, you must present the following documents: an unexpired foreign passport and a letter I-797 showing your receipt of the I-589 application. Non-immigrant married to a U.S. citizen. If you are a foreigner who married a United States citizen, you must present the following documents: an unexpired foreign passport, I-94 form. We accept your form if it is expired. A letter I-797 showing your receipt of the I-130 application. Petition for non-immigrant relative. Letter I-797 showing your receipt of application I-485, adjustment to permanent resident. Proof of citizenship of the spouse. For example, a copy of a current U.S. passport, or U.S. birth certificate, or naturalization certificate, and original marriage certificate. U visa. If you have a U visa, you have to present the following documents: an unexpired foreign passport, a letter I-797 where you show your receipt of application I-918 with a copy of Supplement B. And if you are not the principal, you must present proof of the family relationship with the victim. Some examples are a marriage certificate for spouses, or birth certificates for parents or children. Students. If you are a foreign student, you have to present the following documents: an unexpired foreign passport, your most recent I-94 form, your I-20 form, and present the EAD card if you already obtained one. If your case does not fall into any one of these categories, or if your status has changed, send an email to the address that appears on the screen. To protect your confidential information, please do not send us copies or photos of your personal documents. Now that we have reviewed Step 1 in detail, let's continue to Step 2. Step 2. Present your Social Security number. If you fall under a category where your status allows you to work in the United States, you will need to present your Social Security number. Otherwise, you will have to present evidence that you are present in the United States in a status that is not related to a job or employment. And remember that you still have to bring your identification card, driver's license, or your birth or marriage certificate issued by the government of your home country. However, if you are a non-immigrant and at some point you were issued a Social Security card and it never came in the mail or was lost, you need to make sure you get your Social Security documents and present them in our offices. If there is any change in your name, you must report and receive acknowledgement from the USCIS. In addition, you must report the new name to the Social Security Administration at least 24 hours before coming to our offices. And finally, we enter Step 3. Step 3. Show evidence of your residential address. Applicants must present 2 documents in their name showing their residential address. The address should include the property number, full street name, apartment or unit number if applicable, city, state, and zip code number. Some examples of accepted documents are the following. For additional examples, you can consult the paper guide you were given or find them in the description section of this video. If the applicant cannot present documents showing their name and residential address, they can provide 2 documents in the name of the person with whom they reside, along with a document proving the family relationship, such as a birth or marriage certificate. If the resident of the home is not an immediate relative, the applicant can print a certification of address form, which must be signed by both parties and authenticated by a notary. Our employees can also notarize this document, as long as both parties are present in our office with acceptable identification, such as a driver's license, identification card, or an unexpired passport. You can find the certification of address form using the link in the description section of this video. If you don't have access to the internet and a printer, you can visit one of our branches and ask for a copy of the certification of address form. Once you have met all the requirements, they will take your photo and give you your identification card. Fees. Important note, a driver who is upgrading their learner's license to a driver's license may upgrade the license for the tax collector fee of $6.25, provided they have no changes other than height on the license and they present the learner's license at that time. Throughout Hillsborough County, we have 8 offices open to the public, and as a reminder, driving tests are only done at the Brandon, East Tampa, and Plant City offices. Here are our hours of operation. We remind you that our offices have different hours for any transaction related to driver's licenses. Our offices stop processing driver's license transactions at 3:30 p.m. In addition to having all the direct links in the description section of this video, we have also created a new web page on our website where we share all the direct links for you to access. We remind you that you can ask our digital employee for help when you enter our website. By pressing the button located on the bottom right, you can talk to Sophie. Sophie can help you with any questions or concerns you have about the services we offer to our community.